Harlem Muse, that's right, we out here, What was that just went by? Was that 2022? That was a quick year, people. That was a quick year. And here we are, 2023, rolling on in. That's right. Now we got these New Year's resolutions, and it's so promising every year. Most of us, we make resolutions. And what we gonna do, what we need to do, what we supposed to do. Do we do it? I don't know. I would say 95% of us don't. We don't. We hang in there for about a week or so, get up early, we walk. We might even go to the gym, or maybe we walk by the gym. Tell ourselves we're gonna sign up and go in, but not yet. Maybe February, but definitely before summer.
My name is Kaitlin Griffin. I work for the New York City Department of Parks for over 20 years, and I'm a gardener here at Jackie Robinson. I've been in this park for about 7 months, and we have an enormous leaf fall due to this gorgeous alley of oak trees on Bradhurst. It's just so gorgeous. There's my colleague, Marta. And these trees are probably 60, 70 years old, and they provide shade. And currently there's a dispute about what to do with the leaves. And in past times, post-World War II thinking, which still continues to happen. So now that ecologists like myself, I'm a gardener, but I consider myself an ecological gardener, where we keep our leaves on site, we store them, they become leaf mold over time, and they can be used to enrich our parks and our planting beds. And what's more, they're pure poetry. These leaves have been workhorses for all the growing season. They have chlorophyll in them. When they were green, they were producing oxygen for us. They were absorbing carbon dioxide from us. They did so much work, and here they are at the end of their life cycle. And we owe it to them and to ourselves to find a good, healthy system to retain the leaves within the park, turn them into leaf mold, redistribute them, use them as mulch. So that's my shtick for the day.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much.
All right. Gael, how you doing? You are an artist living in Harlem.
Yes.
Right? And a friend of mine, a neighbor, in fact.
Yes.
And I just like to get more of your story, understand more of like where you're coming from and why you do what you do.
To turn a complicated life into a simple headline, was born in Central Africa, in a country that formerly known as Zaire, and now it's known as the Democratic Republic of Congo. And then we moved to Malawi, Zambia, then Malawi, Mozambique, but did most of the growing up in South Africa on the East Coast, beach town, Indian Ocean, etc. And then I first moved to New York in 2013, and then left New York and then came back in 2018. Been living in Harlem. We'll continue to live in Harlem. And that's kind of like the quick rundown of my story. And then the moment I landed in New York, like Bob Dylan talked about how I left where I was born very early because I needed to go home. We're talking about coming to New York, and that's kind of how I felt for me, you know.
Okay. So, welcome to Harlem.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're an artist.
Yes.
How would you describe your art?
You know, I think one of the best way, overall, I like to call myself a creative because my creative expression extends, you know, anything from interior decoration to uh, fashion and clothes and materials to painting to drawing. But I think my primary anchor is definitely music. Singer songwriter, that's where my soul kind of is centered around.
I understand what you're saying because if you're an artist, you have to express your art in every facet of your life. Now, singer-songwriter, so that means you're writing songs and you're producing songs,
Yeah.
you're promoting songs.
Yes.
Right. So let's talk about the promotion aspect of it in terms of, okay, so you got your creative thing on, you sat down with your guitar, right? Or
Yep.
your piano, and you've created this song, this work of art.
Yeah.
Does it stay on your computer forever, or what do you do? What happens? Do you play it for your friends and family, or what happens next?
You know, this is obviously a process that I'm going through right now. Just to make it fast, as when you have a song that is done, it's ready to go. But I think more importantly, you want to have more than one song ready, right? 6 is a good number, 6 to 8, really well produced, high quality songs. And then you think of ways to market it. Marketing is very important, and you need money to market. Never mind what anybody else says. It's not the reason why your music hasn't reached. It's not because you don't have the talent or the hit song or whatever it is. It's usually because you don't have the marketing budget. If you create the marketing budget and you create a social media strategy, and then you create the content to help with that strategy, the likelihood of success is more possible and probable because it's all about consistency and it's all about looking ahead and having a plan in place. It's a theory I'm about to test out, and we'll see.
Okay, we'll see where it goes.
We'll see where it goes.
How do you take negative criticism on your song?
Interesting. I'm weird in a sense, maybe because I work as a graphic designer, so people are always commenting on what you're doing all the time because there's a bottom line that needs to be met. So that has given me a lot of incentives to actually reach out criticism as an artist. I kind of enjoy it. So I don't mind that at all. In fact, I go seeking out always. And I'm sure I've sent you a few tracks saying, hey, what do you think of this? But in terms of like, what do you choose? If you were releasing a record or what you choose is completely different than if you're just releasing songs individually. My only thing is, does it stand on its own? A great song cannot always survive on the radio.
When you hear a song on the radio, on the internet or whatever, and you say, man, that song is a really good song, really well written, the production, everything, the performance, and yet nobody gravitates to this thing. Writing a good song is one thing, but writing a hit song is a whole nother thing. So do you just go with your gut and say, this is a good song, and I'm gonna write a good song, and I hope it can appeal to more than me or more than my friends, you know? Or do you say later for that, I want to write a hit song?
I don't particularly think of like writing a hit song because I think the pressure is a little too much to try, and then you have paralysis.
Right.
If you're gonna write a hit song.
And if it's not a hit, then you're a failure, right?
Exactly. So that's one way to avoid, paralysis in terms of getting started. I think I've gathered enough knowledge in knowing what works in terms of if I'm releasing a song on its own, right? One is the length, get to the point fast, clear lyrics, and not too complicated or complex melodies, etc. Something that somebody can start singing along right away. So if I'm thinking of releasing a song on its own, those are the thoughts that come to mind. You know, we all have the dream of becoming record artists, where, you know, bands like Radiohead, they can have 8 songs and each song is like 7 minutes long, and there are like, you know, 3 minute solos in there and people listen to it. Pink Floyd is a great example. Some of the funk bands of the 70s, and all these, there were jazz bands, they know that's what people listen to. But if you're wanting to be relevant in terms of pop culture, you have to play, I don't want to say play the game because it's got a negative connotation. It's not a bad thing. I think it's actually, there's something really beautiful about going to people and reaching them out in the language that they understand. I don't think that's a bad thing.
It's it's really a complicated thing, you know. And
but is it really? Think about Miles Davis.
right.
Miles Davis, Bitches Brew, it sold millions of records.
Not at first though.
Yeah, not at first though, but the fact that, but Miles Davis was a big artist in his time. He wasn't this like starving artist in there, but like it's not simple stuff. But I think Miles Davis is a great example of like, when I reject that idea, people are too stupid to feel my music. It's like, well, you know, what's the common denominator here?
Yeah, I mean, good music. To me, there are like two types of music. One type that challenges the audience,
Yes.
and another type that kind of coddles the audience. If you want to challenge the audience for an artist, it's harder, right? Because then you have to kind of move them off where they are and bring them a little further on, right?
I mean, you can warm up to it. It's like when you're asking a girl out. First, you have to introduce yourself in a way that she feels that she wants to hang around with you.
Right.
And then you can suggest a dinner place. By the third date, you can be a lot more eccentric about where you go.
Yeah, let's go trapezing or something.
Exactly. But like the first few dates, you have to kind of get them to trust and believe, and wanting to hear more. It's the same thing. It's a courtship with the audience. The audience are not the enemy here. You know, just because they're not responding to our sound. There's a weird seasoning thing where there's tons of stories where an artist put out a song and it's dead for like 10 years.
Right.
And out of nowhere, it's everybody's favorite song. It's the same recording, same mix, same master, same thing.
The whole enterprise is so precarious, you know what I mean? It's so many factors, but yet we still do it. How do you define success for yourself? Is it a good song or a good production? Is it where we're talking like acceptance of it? Or is it something technically that you achieved maybe that you didn't do before, artistically or, you know, production-wise?
I like that question because I feel like that's something you should ask yourself all the time in order to sort of recenter yourself. I think for me, what defines success is, you know, there are many different levels. First, the creative process, you can highlight what success is, etc. But if we're talking about a song being out, and what I perceive to be success is having a generous amount of spins on our streams, right? Where people are adding it to the playlist, and people are adding it to their lives. They're using clips of it on their social media, etc. And people, if there's a music video, people are interacting with that. And then with that creates a vacuum for me to want to play shows because people are asking for me to come and play. That to me is success. And then eventually come to a point where it's now your job, your life. You know, you can live off of this because you know there is an audience. I think I can't imagine And I'm looking forward to the day where you sitting, making a record, knowing there's an audience who are ready and excited to hear it. What an amazing thing. Every morning you wake up just taking ideas. You don't have to worry about your boss or this or that. Life happens, of course, but within all that, one thing is that if I put out a song, there is an audience ready to listen to that. I mean, to me, that is success.
Okay, you're writing good songs, man. And thank you very much. I'm gonna, gonna end it right here. But I really appreciate you, and you gave me a lot to think about. I'm gonna listen to this back. And when you say your internal navigation, there was a phrase that you used that was like, I'm gonna find that one. I'm gonna pull it up.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I know. Just a stream of consciousness situation. But yeah, thank you so much, Gael.
Right, thank you. I love speaking to you. So this is great.
This is great. Yeah, and I'll give you a full thing of this interview. I'm gonna have one with the full interview and one with edited.
Thank you. I really appreciate this.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
S. They put an S on freedom. Freedom was singular and stood by itself, for itself. You were either free or not free. No in between, but we put an S on freedom. We cut it up into tiny pieces and parceled it out as certificates, licenses, diplomas, registrations, and permits. Permission slips with raised lettering, embedded computer chips with seals of approval. And with all that, you still need a wink, a nod, and a secret handshake to be led from your cage into a larger one. And lo and behold, you feel a little freer, but freer is not free. That S is a paper cut of deception. A deceiver, a usurper, a confuser of the plain truth. You have been severed from your inalienable right, the right to just be free.
Well, we made it. Yes, we made it. 2023. Yeah, we gonna do what it do. Let it be what it be. And I'd like to thank you for making it this far, coming all the way through. Never doubt that we here at Harlem Muse really, really appreciate you. And there's gonna be a lot of distractions out there, a lot of things to take you off your path, but stay strong out there, peoples. This is your life, the only one we really know. So what you reap is what you sow.